Guys, until you build the courage to create a boundary with these negative people in your life, the people who are bringing you down, you're going to be a prisoner. You're going to be a prisoner of these negative vibrations, all this Debbie Downism. And so in this video, I'm going to give you 3 practical and honestly realistic tips that you can start to implement to get not rid of these negative people, but start to put some distance on them and become the highest version of yourself that you're meant to be. Trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy, all right? If it was easy, everyone would do it and everyone would be amazing. It takes time, so I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. All right, and the first step on creating that boundary is identifying who's actually the negative people in your life. Because I know for a fact you are validating the negative actions and behaviors of others. For the longest time, I had a friend in college, and he was a really good friend of mine. He was almost a mentor to me. And after college, we still maintained our friendship, but he changed. He changed, to be honest with you, and that's okay. But he always used to be fun and uplifting, and then after college, he was always so down. He was just like started getting like a little racist and a little like judgmental about people, and a realist, he called himself. And honestly, it didn't resonate with me anymore. I was growing in a different way. But for the longest time, I was like, nah, that's just him. He's just having a bad month, or things aren't working out at his job. But the truth is, it was bringing me down. And I'm not, you and me, we're not responsible for those people. Unfortunately, we're not their therapists, and we can be a great support system for them. Do it as long as you can, as long as you're able to. But eventually, you gotta cut the string, or else you'll be dragged down with them. Okay? And so step number 1 is really identify it. And to be honest, it might be a family member. I've got plenty of I know someone who has a family member. All right, her brother doesn't appreciate her, takes advantage of her, and it took her so long to realize that, because she validated it in ways by saying like, oh, he's just a teenager, so like it's fine, that's just how he acts. When he takes all her food, sleeps in her room, uses all the electricity, all the water in her place, and doesn't say thank you. Okay, takes advantage of everything she gives him. And so who is that person in your life? So I got plenty of those. You got plenty of those. Really, really be an observer of these types of behavior and identify who's actually negative in your life, right? And once you do that, the hard part is putting some distance, sister. Yeah, this is rough. This one's a rough one, because especially if it's someone you love and you hold near and dear to your heart, it's really hard to put distance on them. Like, for example, I have a family member who it's really hard to share goals and aspirations and dreams with, because they grew up in a more conservative way. And with all respect to them, however, it didn't align with me. And when I brought up that I wanted to be an actor and I had dreams of creating my own YouTube channel and inspiring the world, I was responded with, oh, you're crazy. But wait, what do you mean I'm crazy? I want to go be an actor and entertain people and travel the world. Yeah, okay, but how are you going to pay for that? Who's going to pay for your bills? Who's going to pay for your rent? Well, I don't know. So because of that, because we didn't align in that way, I had to not distance myself physically, but limit what I share with this person. And so ask yourself, who is that person for you that every time you share something with, okay, they respond negatively. And it kind of hurts, but you might not realize it in the moment, but you're like, damn. Like afterwards, like, oh, that kind of hurt. Who is that person for you? And do you have the courage to put some distance on them? I've cut so many people out of my life Not because I wanted to, but because I had to in order for me to grow. Let me make it clear. You are allowed to communicate first, okay? I don't expect you to just say, okay, bye. You don't fit my vibe, later. But once you communicate it and it's still not, taken serious, that's when you have to make a tough decision. What's really worth it? Is it the relationship that might be outdated and outgrowing each other? Or is it you? Is it you becoming the highest version of yourself? Because no one, no family member, no boss, no friend, no childhood friend should have the power to bring you down. Okay, people are meant to outgrow each other, and that's okay. That's something I had to learn the hard way, because I validated everyone's behavior for the longest time. And so the last thing I want to tell you guys is prioritize yourself. Okay, in this process of, let's say you cut someone out, you can't just cut someone out of your life and then expect to be all good with it and just walk around all willy-nilly. No, you gotta replace that time with something positive for yourself. I had a friend who always invited me to the beach, like every day, and it was really cool. He was really cool, but it started getting annoying. He started getting weird. Like it was just really bad vibes. As a result, I had to say no. I had to start saying no. And in that time, I chose to work on myself, to implement more fitness into my life and pick up a diet. It's funny because think about this. I know you have a friend who you probably spend so many hours in the week with. If you were to cut that in half, or a quarter at least, and use that time for yourself to discover new things you've been wanting to do. For me, it was picking up a new diet, a healthier diet. I didn't realize how much time was being extracted from me just because I was tending to all these relationships that didn't even serve me. So I started prioritizing myself. And it's made me a better person. And I promise you it's going to make you a better person. And guys, this is really simple here. This isn't rocket science. And until you cut those negative people out, you're going to be stuck. I wasted years being stuck because I was unwilling and scared and afraid to cut these people out. But it takes time. But you have to make a choice. Okay? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you got someone negative in your life, go ahead and @ them in the comments below, okay? No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But if you guys are struggling with this, let me know how I can serve and how I can help you identify these people. But I'll see you in the next one, okay?